sit is taught as an implied stay, meaning we never say the word stay, it's just sit. If you say stay, it's an indication to the dog that there's something other than sit, and there's not. There's nothing, it's just sit. Don't say stay, or else the dog will float when you turn your back on him, okay? So when you have your dog do this, when you start teaching sit, teach it proper. Don't say sit, stay, just say sit. If the dog moves, it's no. That's with all the commands. It's implied that they stay in those commands until they get, you know, other direction. Sit. Now when you go behind the dog, see how she's following me with her eyes? That's when they screw up when you first start doing this. So you'll have the dog in a high collar, meaning it'll be up like this. So if the dog tries to move, it doesn't have any leash, you got control. You can say, no, sit. But you have to start dropping the leash to teach the dog to sit and stay proper. Do you understand? You can do this. You can circle with the leash in your hand. No, you can do that, right, at the beginning. But at a point, you have to start dropping the leash, or the dog really won't learn how to sit or do whoa or any other commands. It's important that you drop the leash. Sit. Drop the leash. Circle the dog. Now, I'm not giving her a lot of praise or anything right now because this is a young dog and a puppy, and she's really easy to excite. Very easy. See how she's making a lot of eye contact? She's also going into heat, so she's sort of in this weird, kind of overly submissive state, you know? She's not in heat yet, but she's going in heat, I can tell. Here. And then we'll just repeat it. Now, you notice we're using a target up, and I had to teach her to use the target right here. They don't go on it right away. They're like, what the hell is that? Right? So just kind of encourage the dog to go up. Don't let the dog back up on you. Make sure the dog gets on the target. You might just do exercises getting the dog up and off the target. That's it. So now she'll go up and off the target, no problem. So we're helping teach sit with using the target. And the target stuff we're going to use, I was using the target earlier with Micah. This is a dog training tool that's very helpful. Sit. Drop the leash. And circle. Now she's doing very good. The target is helping out. We're on the ground right now. It's just too much for her. She'll start going in the down position and everything. She's so cute, you know. It's like when you're working with a super cute dog, seriously, you have to keep in mind that, like, you still have to be using discipline. You know, if it was, honestly, if it didn't affect the dogs, this dog would be on my couch, it would be on my bed, but it does. It does. It totally affects the dog. So we don't let her up on the bed. We use discipline and make sure that the dog knows that it's in a human world and it must behave. She's great. Sit. Now we have a lot of videos coming up with this dog. We're also starting to work her with hold, right? And she's holding this pretty good. Hold. She's accepting it. Hold. 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 That's pretty fucking good. Drop. Hold. This we just started teaching her hold. So this dog is doing very good. Hold. And we're incorporating sit, and we're incorporating holding an object. Nope. Now if you're doing hold, you gotta stay close. If they start dropping it, you have to get in there. Hold. No, hold. Drop. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. She's very good. Now, if you notice, like, I didn't give her a lot of praise while we were doing it, and then afterwards I give her heavy praise. That's because if you use praise, especially with a young dog or a dog with no training or excitable dog, it'll screw up. So watch when you're using your praise. Watch your timing. Don't overpraise. You have to use praise. You have to use positive reinforcement. But don't overuse it. Too many times we see this done with, like, food food trained dogs. The people just keep conditioning the dog to be excited. They're indiscriminately, you know, giving the food positive reinforcement at the wrong time. Never train your dog with food. This dog is not going to be trained with food. She's a service dog. She's going to be a service dog, and she's doing great. Sit. Drop the leash. Hold. Roll it into her mouth. Hold. No. Hold. 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 Drop. Good girl. Good. It's Mila. Mila. She's awesome. A lot of videos coming up with her. Remember, if you're teaching sit, do not say stay. Don't say stay with down. Don't say stay with any of the commands. It's implied. It's built into the commands. Saying stay is something that my father did in the 60s and 70s, right? That you know, it just, that's old school. It's not used for a reason anymore. You know, I explained this to my dad before he passed, and he was like, oh, that totally makes sense. I don't know why I was saying stay. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't say stay. It's built in the command. It's just the command. It's just sit, down, whoa, here, heel. And if they screw up, you say no and repeat the command. It's Mila. Mila, here, heel.